Welcome back to Redbeard RPG and Starfield. We are working on the executive level quest line, and we need to talk to Miss Alaru right here.
I take it Masako wasn't as pleased to hear the SSNN broadcasts as she thought she'd be?
Masako was pretty certain you were behind it.
I'm sure she does. She knows I'm the only one that could pull this off. And now she's going to have some serious regrets about holding this upcoming board meeting. Which brings me back to you. Masako wants us to acquire Infinity Ltd, which is obviously not on my list of things to do. I need
Why not?
you to persuade the board members otherwise, and make sure they're on our side when I move to vote Masako out.
Acquisition benefits, qualified employees, contracts, etc. You don't want any of that stuff?
You don't think I've weighed those possibilities? Actually, perhaps I was a little overzealous.
Yeah.
Being able to pick and choose the talent as I see fit does have plenty of benefits, and I could hold the garnered good faith over Viv for years to come. All right, I'm convinced. But if this turns into a mistake, I'm holding you accountable. Just get the others on board. The internal neuroamp essentially guarantees success.
Sure does. Yeah, I don't really need the neuroamp to persuade the board.
As long as you get the results I'm looking for, I don't care how you do it. With Misako out of the way and the internal neuroamp finally ready for production, Ryujin Industries will be set for life. Or at least until I retire.
Kind of seemed like that was the case beforehand. Aren't you concerned about the neuroamp at all and how powerful it is?
Of course not. We have the means to keep a close eye on tech like this. And if need be, we can dictate exactly who receives one.
Yeah, I'm going to move to abandon neuroamp because I don't like this thing.
Don't be absurd. If you cared anything about the success of this company, you'd know how important the internal neuroamp is.
The moment someone replicates the internal neuroamp, Ryujin is in jeopardy.
I admit you make a good point. Even with the shielding component, it's always a matter of time before someone replicates the work.
Right.
And we absolutely cannot allow our own tech to be used against us. Should you propose to halt research, I will back you. But once the right questions can be answered, the internal neuroamp will be revisited. Now get out there. You have votes to secure.
Okie dokie. Alright, so everyone's downstairs, it looks like.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
This meeting should prove to be very interesting, especially after that bomb SSNN dropped in their last broadcast. I assume Masako briefed you on her preferred outcome.
Yeah, but I kind of refuse to use the neuroamp to acquire it. Infinity Ltd.
Good on you. If it were up to me, I'd have shut down Project Dominion a long time ago.
Yeah, it looks like it's been nothing but
it was
trouble.
a grave security risk, and look what happened.
Yep. You were against Project Dominion from the start?
Completely. I understand the success it can bring for the corporation, but my only concern here is security. It's not that the board majority fails to see the dangers. It's that they believe we can overcome them. That hubris could easily bring this corporation down one day. I only hope it won't be on my watch.
Yeah, the hubris. Yeah, we saw firsthand how dangerous the tech can be. It should never go to market.
You read my mind. Let's just hope Masako and the others see it that way. Plus, if we vote to acquire Infinity Ltd, we're about to add a significant workload onto my team. The last thing I want to deal with are any more incidents this new neuroamp might cause.
The acquisition, I think, is worth the work, though.
I imagine we're looking at months of work. Infinity Ltd. is obviously not known for their security. I only hope that Masako and the others will be patient with the process.
That's Masako will recognize the effort it takes. That'll make her a great CEO.
Perhaps one of the greatest Ryujin has yet to see. Let's just hope this case surrounding her is resolved quickly. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to make sure I'm prepared for this meeting.
Fair enough.
If only there were more hours in the day. If you need something, make it quick. I'd like to make sure my arguments are solid before this meeting.
I heard you're not a fan of acquiring Infinity Ltd.
You heard correct. I've every reason to believe that Infinity Ltd. Is the Pandora's box of corporations.
Legal issue aside, the pros of acquiring Infinity Ltd. far outweigh the cons.
All right, I could use the entertainment. Tell me why Infinity is a good asset.
Yeah, we'll be eliminating competition and gaining customer base.
It's easy to put a positive spin on this deal when you're not the one that has to deal with the consequences.
I think we both know your team can handle any legal issues that come up.
I'm finding myself unable to disagree. Huh. Well, what do you know? I think you just convinced me. Talent like yours belongs in the courtroom.
If you want a real legal nightmare, I'd say the neuroamp fits the bill.
Don't even get me started. First off, if I find out you used that device on me, I will tie you up in court on whatever charges I can conjure for the rest of your life. Second, that tech is one major human rights violation that no legal team wants to fight. I'll do whatever I can to make sure it's either severely delayed or collects dust in storage.
Agreed, the neuroamp should never be used or see the light of day.
Well, I'm both glad and surprised to hear the one person who has one say that. Masako is lucky to have you at her disposal, you know? You may be the greatest asset, aside from the internal neuroamp, that Ryujin has.
Masako's our greatest asset. I trust your team will exonerate her.
I appreciate the vote of confidence, but it won't be easy. And I have a lot of questions. If anyone can pull through this, though, and stay on top, it's Masako. This exchange has been surprisingly insightful. But now, I really do need to get back to my notes.
All right.
Hey there. Don't tell me. Masako wants to make sure I'm still on her side after SSNN dropped this media bomb on us?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Maybe it depends on whose side you're on.
Well, I was on Masako's until this news dropped. Now that she's been tied to Lucas, buying up Infinity Ltd. Only reinforces the narrative. It's gonna be a hard sell to make this look good.
You're still helping innocent workers. If anyone can make it look good, it's you.
Aren't you the flatterer? You're right, of course. I've certainly handled worse. Besides, I haven't had a good challenge like this in a while.
If you really want to keep Ryujin in the public's good graces, there are two things to consider.
All right. I suppose you've earned the right to voice your opinion after everything you've done, qualified or not. So let's hear it.
To drop Masako CEO without an investigation is a bad look for Ryujin loyalty.
You're not wrong. There's something to be said for loyalty and standing by your own. And well, if anyone can redeem her in the public's eyes, it's yours truly. Provided she's proven innocent, of course. And what's your second point to consider?
The neuroamp research should be banned.
The possible backlash on tech like this is not lost on me. However, the internal neuroamp will define the next era of tech, with Ryujin at the forefront. It's not an opportunity you just walk away from.
You'll never be able to fight off the amount of moral backlash.
You're right. The moment you violate your customers' trust, there's a good chance they'll never come back. Even worse, you push them into the hands of your competitors. Well, it seems your talents really do stretch beyond just being an operative. Good talk. Maybe I'll even consult you on future endeavors.
All right. Oh, you're right here.
And how's my favorite patient doing? Not seeing any temporal memory flashes or losing time, I hope.
Are those actual side effects?
What? No, of course not. They're purely theoretical.
All right, I'm not really here to talk about my health.
Oh, well, at least tell me what you think of the neuroamp.
This tech is dangerous, and no one should have this sort of power.
I hope you're not actually suggesting that the technology I spent years working on and perfecting never sees the light of day.
Pretty
This
much.
is groundbreaking work. My life's work.
You're a scientist. Hear me out. Just look at it from every angle.
Fine, fine. Make your case.
You know I'm right on this, Mina. Think about it.
I know there are downsides, but that's why we have an amazing legal team. We'll get it figured out.
Everyone deserves to be in control of their own actions.
Yeah, I really didn't think this through, did I? Well, this conversation's made me feel like a proper monster. But you're right. In a perfect world, tech like this is used for good. But this world is far from perfect.
Exactly. You're not a monster. You just got lost in the excitement of discovering something new.
It is. It really is. For years, my only focus has been, is this possible? And then, how do I make it work? I never stopped to consider if it was right, or what it would mean. I guess it'll be up to a vote either way. It's not on the meeting agenda, so I assume you'll bring it up yourself? We just have to hope the others will see reason. So the next question is, what will the fate of Infinity Ltd be?
If we acquire them, it'll be fun to see how they tried to recreate your work.
Exactly. Not that I want to gloat over it. Maybe just a little. Okay, so DeMarcus and I have really been looking forward to it, so fingers crossed this deal goes through. I know Masako will be pushing for the acquisition.
I trust Masako to make the right decisions. She's CEO for a reason.
I overheard the SSNN broadcast. It didn't sound good for her. But Masako's always fully supported my work, which is really all I ask. So until proven otherwise, I'm going to support her as well. Well, this has certainly been the most interesting conversation of my day. All we can do now is look forward to the meeting, right? See you in there.
You're looking interesting today. Just the person I wanted to see. I want to get all the details locked down for this meeting, and I believe you to be one of the best sources available.
Happy to answer any questions you got.
Good. I prefer first-hand feedback when available. You've had the chance to encounter members of Infinity Ltd throughout your assignments here. Do you think they're worth redemption? And why?
Let's see. Majority of those workers are innocent. They didn't know what was going on.
Oh, I didn't mean in regards to Drexler's actions. More in the sense of, should a superior company like Ryujin make room for so many potentially lackluster employees?
We'd be getting employees on Infinity's cheaper salary numbers.
This is true. Infinity never had the financial resources to match our salary offers. Getting what few capable employees they have at half the salary we typically pay here could have major payoffs in the long run.
Yeah, there you
Next
go.
question. What are your thoughts on SSNN's reports that Masako is allegedly connected to Lucas Drexler?
I'd have to see some kind of evidence first.
A good neutral answer. One that Alexis would be proud of. I find it difficult to believe that our CEO was truthfully involved in such endeavors.
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing what Alexis can learn about the subject.
I agree. Let's just hope Alexis can take care of this quickly.
I have faith Alexis and her team can resolve this quickly and quietly. At least as quietly as may be expected after SSNN announced it. I appreciate the insight. I suppose I should ask if there's anything I can do for you, considering how helpful you've been.
The internal neuroamp. The tech like this is dangerous and should be banned.
It's only dangerous to those who can't afford one. Hence the added motivation that will bolster sales.
And when a rival discovers how to override it, we'll have pure chaos on our hands.
I think we all know how averse I am to chaos. Finances are my forte, so you make a good point. Our competition has yet to truly master neuroamps, but the possibility is there. It's a risk I am unwilling to take. At this time. This has been rather enlightening for me. I appreciate the time.
All right. Let's have a seat in our professional business dress.
To start this meeting, let me just say that the SSNN allegations are completely false.
And you expect us to just believe that?
If they're false, how did this happen?
I'll be ordering a full investigation, but I have my suspicions, which I'll address once this meeting has concluded. Until then, I'm still CEO, and we'll be moving forward with this meeting to acquire Infinity Ltd.
Do you really think we want a potential criminal? One suspected of being the actual mole here, leading a crucial meeting like this?
Good grief.
In fact, I propose we remove Masako as CEO altogether, and nominate myself to take her place.
Oh, how gracious
You can't
of you.
be serious. And you, I thought we had a deal.
Any arguments against?
Yes, on the fact that I'm innocent and completely capable of doing my job.
Until proven guilty, Masako is still the best leader for this company.
No one asked you, operative.
If we
You
vote
did.
Masako out now, the public will think we're admitting her guilt without any investigation.
Yes, I find this motion to be hasty and ill-advised. Basing a critical decision off an SSNN broadcast is hardly wise.
Yeah.
Let's leave it up to the vote. All in favor?
Ricketts?
You're kidding, right? I hope you're all aware of the huge mistake you're making by continuing to support Masako.
Enough. At least we all know where everyone stands. Now, let's get back to focusing on what we're actually here for. All those in favor of acquiring Infinity Ltd?
Aye.
Good. Alexis, start drawing up the necessary documentation. Anyone have anything else they'd like to bring up?
The internal neuroamp is too dangerous to market.
The internal neuroamp is a key component of Ryujin Industries' success for the next 10 years, if not more. Why would we shelve it after we've finally perfected it?
The moment the public learns about it, no one will trust anyone anymore, especially Ryujin.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but he's right. Regardless of the pros, the cons are too morally and ethically irresponsible to move forward with.
The moment the public gets wind of the true capabilities of this tech, we're gonna suffer severe backlash.
Very well. All in favor of shelving Project Dominion?
Aye.
Vina, prep Project Dominion for storage. Any other matters to bring forth?
I don't think so.
None? This concludes our order of business for today.
All right.
So much work to do.
I think we did the right things.
You operatives really will
So,
or anything.
it looks like both Infinity LTD and Ularu learned a lesson the hard way. It's unfortunate about Imogene, but in our business, she wasn't the first, and certainly won't be the last. You've proven yourself to be quite the asset here at Ryujin.
If that's your way of saying thank you, you're welcome.
I suppose it is. Gratitude isn't something you typically hear these days in the corporate world.
Or these
I
days.
truly appreciate what you've done. No operative has held the future of this corporation in their hands like you did. I can imagine this wasn't quite the job you envisioned when Imogene first hired you. It's a lot of pressure for a new hire.
How often do employees plot against you personally?
Ularu was the first, but she won't be the last. It comes with the territory.
Fair enough. It was nothing I'm not used to.
Imogene's instincts were right about you. It's a shame ours weren't right about her.
Alara was using Imogene as a scapegoat. She's innocent.
I never would have expected to hear those two weren't on the same side. I'll need to launch an investigation to be certain, but I appreciate you bringing this to my attention. Now, as promised, I have your bonus. I hope you'll find it appropriate for all you've done. And I'm promoting you to senior operative. You've more than earned it.
Any details on my new position?
With your new position, you now have an office with mission board access, and you're free to make your own hours. The mission board holds your assignments, and you can pick and choose to your strengths. Although, I may still have more specific assignments for you. Questions?
All right, where's my new office?
You'll find your new office on the operations floor.
Excellent. That's all I need to know.
Good. You may get started at any time, but I suggest you familiarize yourself with the mission board before leaving. You've put in a lot of hard work here recently, so I understand if a vacation is in order.
Indeed,
Just
it is.
don't forget, you still have a job to come back to.
All right. So I think... yeah, that's pretty much the Ryujin questline done. We have mission boards. Quests we can still do for them, but yeah, no real... yeah, no regular questline. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So the question then becomes, what do we do next? We can talk with some of the members of Constellation. I'm assuming this examine the mission board is the Ryujin mission board. But honestly, what I want to do in the big update they had a couple weeks ago, there's a whole new quest line to join the Trackers Alliance. So let's do that. All right, looks like they're in Aquila City. All right. Why is it pointing at the ship? Did it unequip my quest? No. Trackers Alliance HQ. Yeah, it's this way. I think I'm getting all the
Ryujin Industries is hiring.
activities updates, probably because they're going to talk to me about being a Ryujin operative. That's probably why I'm getting all the companion talking things. Activities. That's the word I was thinking of.
Instead of the other way around, isn't it? Pretty convinced.
Roach?
I know I trust you, but the record streak. I'm only one away. Again.
Roach!
Know what happened the last time I was paired up? I don't want it.
Roach!
This new one to... What?
Our new potential recruit. He's standing
Right here. Yeah, I said I know. I'm aware of his presence, have been since he walked in the door.
I just got here.
I said what I said. I stand by it. And rookie, don't you dare let me down.
Let
Got
us
a lot
talk.
to prove around here.
The Alliance is strong and getting stronger by the day.
Okie dokie.
You're prompt. Good trait for a tracker.
Not really.
We can talk about punctuality or we can get down to business. I am Agent Number 1, or No One, if you prefer. It seems you've decided to entertain our offer. Good.
I haven't made up my mind, but consider me intrigued.
Understandable. Becoming a full-fledged tracker is a daunting prospect. Perhaps then you would consider a trial run of sorts to see if this is something you wish to pursue. Do you have any questions before we proceed?
Let's see. Yeah. Let's try it out.
Excellent. Before we accept you as an official tracker, you'll need to demonstrate competency in the field. To that end, I would like you to first accept the available bounty on the wanted display on the nearby wall, then report back to me.
Okay, we'll see if we can, look
What
at
are
a
you standing
picture.
around for when there's
Press
fugitives on the loose?
E, I assume.
Good. You have your mission. Once you are a tracker, you may not get a briefing like this for your missions. You'll be expected to handle them by yourself.
Hey, Tank, how you doing there? Racking up.
Understood, I can handle that.
Excellent. I knew you could. The target for this mission is admittedly one of our toughest. Not because of how dangerous he is, but because of how often he has evaded us in the past. His name is Hannibal Eutropio. He's wanted for 94 counts of spaceship grand theft.
Good
We have
grief.
reason to believe he runs a chop shop somewhere out in the fringes, but we do not know where. Luckily, we have intel that one of his associates, Adrastos Dakota, is currently here in Aquila City. For your
Okay.
first mission, you were assigned a partner, Roach. He will have more information. Speak with him.
All right, the Hannibal Chop Shop got it.
Your enthusiasm is noted. I wish you the best of luck. Leave no quarter. Show no mercy.
All righty. Wanting us to talk to our buddy Roach here. Unfortunately, I think we're going to have to do that, and we'll get to play Bounty Hunter next time. Thank you all so very much for watching, and have a good one.